Welcome to the tap, everybody.
Checking levels?
We've already checked the levels. We're good. We're here. Ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't already noticed, Captain Calvie is back on the tap yet again. Are you the most reoccurring skull, sir? Delicious. Are you the most reoccurring guest on the tap?
I believe I am.
You've been on first time with Cap.
This is probably, we did the first one that was broken into two because it was so long. I shoved walnuts up Miss McCreary's ass. That was the greatest story. I want to say that's an all-time highlight of this show, is that like you're the executioner and how you'd murder somebody. Yep. That was the OG. And then that was broken into two. And then I was on the runners with Cat, or... It was you, me, and Cap first, and then we did you, me, Cap, and Danielle. So that's front 4. Yard. Yeah. And this is 5. Damn, son, let's go. It's our 5-episode anniversary. Look at us. Hey, look at us. Look at us. Oh, everybody. Well, to the tap. Let's go. And now I'm going to pour this beer into this glass here. I want you to rate this. Okay. You know. Honest rating, or do you want me to be nice? Let's see. I'm nervous. Well. So far, no foam. Not bad. But does he know what to do when he gets past halfway? No foam. This is it. Oh, there's the head. Oh. I think you were... Oh, look at the head. Look at it. Look at it. Hey, I'm going to give you an 8.5 out of 10. Only thing that could have made it better was a little more head. A little more, see? A little more head can go a long way. Some people are afraid of the head. I should have got a little rougher with her so the head reaches to the very top. That's the key. Totally doable, but I was a little gentle. Sometimes to the top. Sometimes I want to be a little rough with them, you know? Yeah, when you're making love, you get girls. Making love, you get girls. Shout out myself. Oh, my goodness. Not shout out Dylan. No, that man's fucking team hot dog twice, baby. That guy. He's batting 1,000. Jasper and Runar. It's Jasper. And probably Runar. Those are I was talking to Dylan the other day. Well, just Instagram text. It was just, are you excited to see your son's beard when it comes in? That child will have a big, thick beard. You better have like braids / cornrows too. Man. So, Calvie baby. We're on the tap. You're here. Given how casual this convo is, just look at the couch situation we got going here. Got a tap, little poster there in the back. Cross my leg. Cross the leg. Look at people see the flops. No flops. Let me see it. You're good. You're good. Look at the flop tan. I like that. That's a good flop tan. And then ankle tan. It's not good. Tell a lot by person. Well, it's still a tan nonetheless, and it's there. I accept it. I feel like I can be me around you, Calvie. I don't have any reservations. I could say what I want. I could do what I want. And, you'd just be there accepting me. Such should be life, Sandwich. It really should be, but alas, it isn't, which makes relationships such as ours nice and special. You want to cheers to that? Fuck yeah, I cheers to anything. Glass. Look at that. The Targaryens. Ami Gang. Not sure. I think that's just random brewery, but... It is, and it's also in Cooperstown, New York. Cooperstown, New York. Is that Cooperstown? Is that where the Hall of Fame is? Where's the Hall of Fame? For baseball? Actually, I think that is. Yeah? I don't know. Sounds familiar. Cooperstown something. Cooperstown. And I mean, how many Cooperstown are there? There's a Winters in Texas. Yeah, they're a bunch of assholes. They are. I drove through it one time. When were they established? Probably before us, unfortunately. Because the whole establishment thing went from east to west, the old United States, those sons of bitches. Not unless you're counting Native Americans. You know what I found out? What'd you find out? It's not PC to call them Native Americans. What are we calling these people now? Well, see, you're calling them Native Americans, but this wasn't America when they're here. Indigenous people? You call them Indians, I think. Indians? I mean, white people are coming up with such crazy shit of what's right and what's wrong these days to just crucify ourselves. Hey, I didn't come up. I'm just saying, this one actually makes sense. This wasn't America, right? Before. We founded it. It's like whoa, just hey. Well, so why did the Cleveland Indians get booted as a team name if it's because we're a weak society? It is. I call them Native Americans and Indians. I'm not worried about it. I'm just saying, if you're worried about the PC grading, maybe stick away from Native Americans, because
to alter your words in order to be quote-unquote PC, I think it takes away from the essence of who you really are. It doesn't mean you need to speak ignorantly or cruelly in any way, but if you're altering your words, I mean, some of the best stuff, writers are on shows, like, there's fucked up shit out there, but it serves a purpose. Not saying you need to say wild shit or anything, but like to use every correct word, you could tell if someone's on the news or being interviewed.
Yeah, it's not real.
They're not being real. It's not genuine. And I think people can smell the bullshit. I don't like it. I like what it smells like in here.
Well, just don't call them Native Americans in front of me.
No, I'm sorry, jeez. It's like, have these people not suffered enough? Like, we're worried about so many other things, and yet the Native Americans who were raped, pillaged, murdered, and just otherwise completely uprooted from their ancestral lands, and we're like, there's a couple casinos, we're good.
Hey,
right?
Our degenerates pay them money now.
Oh my goodness,
I do enjoy money.
I do enjoy Yocho Deki, golfing there.
Dude, Yocho's sick.
Yocho's the truth. That first hole, like, if I get a solid drive off that first hole, elevated, that nice mountaintop, if I hit it well there, damn the rest of the 17 holes.
You know what I learned last time I golfed at Yoch with a couple people we work with that golf a lot? Everything to the right is free relief.
Free relief? What mean you by free relief?
It's like, so that whole area is, what's it called when they're like trying to preserve, like up at the hike? There's all the areas that they're like trying to preserve. They say don't walk in them. They're called restoration areas.
Restoration, yes.
Whatever. Everything to the right of the cart path is like a restoration area. So if you hit your ball in there, it's free relief from where you enter. It's not a drop.
And for me, I'm slicing it. For you, you're hooking it, lefties, righties. If you go to the other, because there's the other, is that the 18th hole going the opposite direction? So,
no, I think,
excuse me.
I'm not sure. It might be 9.
But it's like you have to add on a stroke.
But if you go left, then in your OB, you got to take a drop and then hit your next whatever stroke. If you go right, free relief, you're hitting 2 off the fringe, I mean.
I'll hit off the fringe. Like, so when you're golfing, like say you hit it out of bounds, if I'm dropping, I'll put it where I believe to the best of my ability where the ball went out, and then I'm adding a stroke. Which I guess in real golf, quote unquote, where you need to torture yourself, you got to hit it again, add the stroke, and just hit it where you're from. Which,
so like if you drove it OB,
if you drove it OB,
you got to bring it back to where you drove from.
Yeah, and it's an extra shot. It's an extra stroke. If you're playing by the book, but I figure for people that pay regular paper money to play at munis and whatnot, drop the ball, have a good
golf.
time.
Bogey golf on a good day, I'm dropping it.
Love bogey golf.
10 yards past where I think
How's your golf game these days?
I haven't golfed in forever.
Gotta go. Gosh darn.
I was a golfing machine at the end of the year last year, and then went to Italy and came back and took care of business. And
got golf courses over there, yeah?
That was the last thing on my mind. I just wanted to... My goal was to drink more than I ate.
Did you succeed in said goal?
I think I was pretty fucking close.
Hold that thought real quick. I just want to make sure everything's recording. Make sure we're not having these excellent conversations.
Check it out. I mean, these conversations are for us. So.
I'm pretty sure this is recording. Yes. And you.
The tap is just secondary to. I mean, is Dill even a regular listener anymore? He's out in the wilderness.
Dill's out in the wilderness saving lives. The man could do no wrong in my eyes. He could murder my family. I'd be like, oh, Mr. Nay.
Is he saving lives or is he killing trees?
Mother means to an end. If one must kill a tree to save human lives, I'd say kill the humans to save the tree. But the fire's coming in anyway, so you're just mitigating, because fuck human. Trees over humans all day. But to mitigate the loss of lives, because sometimes there's good humans out there, which is,
I'd say 1 in a dozen.
1 in a dozen. Just save those few good ones, which will eventually save the world, because the good will outweigh the bad. Damn it. It's quality humans over quantity. So the majority.
You're more of a Locke kind of guy. You're a lover.
Yeah.
Mr. Williams right there.
Williams.
Shout out Mr. Williams.
Mr. fucking Williams.
If you ever listen to the pod.
I hope he does. I like Mr. Williams a lot.
Arn Williams.
Arn and his son who
in a van down by the river.
In a van down. Dude, he was the truth.
He used to quote that shit
Arn
all
Williams.
the time. Like, you.
Fuck yeah.
I don't know what's going on.
But Dilnay, saving lives. Doing what I think
one
One
tree at a time.
One tree at a time.
Just getting boys every time he hits pay dirt. Unbelievable.
Just that, and I think every time he cuts down a tree, he grows a beard hair. And that is a full, thick... Is it a blonde beard he's got there?
It's something.
It's one of the first things you notice. You think the carpets match the drapes? He just has a massive and profound...
Light bush,
but strong bush. Like, regular razor's not going to get to it. Like,
you think he's got to manscape that?
I bet he needs wire cutters to get through. It's like thick, you know what I'm saying?
Hedge trimmers? You think he's taking his saw to his bush?
Why not? Or he just put some fertilizer.
Now put a audio on that. You're welcome, Sandwich. Future Sandwich, I got you on the audio.
Dude. I'm not gonna lie, I've been slacking on, what's it called? Putting sound effects. Because I go a little too long between episodes, and I figured, well, the sound effects are going to take an extra hour or two to put in
Future Aaron has to step his game up.
Yeah.
I'm talking to you, Future Aaron. Wow.
What do you got to say to Future Austin?
Keep running, you fucking pussy.
Oh, boy. No, we're about to do the Napa Valley Half Marathon. Oh, not Napa Valley.
It's a different one.
It's a different one, which makes me happy.
This one's all in the city.
Not going to lie, I'll be I would have been very depressed. I'm glad we're doing this. I did not know that. If we were doing the Napa Valley Marathon, half marathon, if we pull out halfway through something that we did a full marathon of a couple years prior, that'd be a pretty depressing thing. But I think this is where we're at. We don't need to feel bad about it.
I'll tell you right now,
yeah,
nobody's pulling out. I'll fucking drag you by the hair if I have
to.
No,
I meant doing a half marathon as opposed to doing a full marathon, like which we've done before.
Oh, but if you think about the second half of the one that we did, it was I think wild. It was actually harder than the first half.
The marathon?
Yeah, the last
absolutely.
When we finally became back together, it was flat. But if you remember, that was only like 2.5 miles.
That's right.
Before that, it was big motherfucking hills.
They were like, it wasn't so much how steep they were, but it was just a gradual incline. Just
long, big hills. Mm-hmm. I remember, I don't know if I told this story on, did we do a pod after the Napa one?
We've done some running discussions, but please enlighten me.
So you were gone. Background story that I don't care if you care.
And fucking your cousin.
You're getting there's the kitty right there.
There, kitty. Hey, Kit. The co-host of the Tap.
So when Joe had to pee at like mile 10, you took it upon yourself to say, I'm gonna keep running.
I didn't stop.
No, you went ahead of us, which is fine. We were like, go do it because we were running slow.
Yeah.
Because me being a seasoned veteran.
Yar.
I just didn't want to fucking not finish, so I took my time. And, I was a Joe, so I'm like, yeah, it's fine. You go ahead. And then I never will forget you had the lime green tights on, and you took off. And I'm like, get after it, Sandwich. You were in good shape. You're in better shape than I was. So I was like, dude, I hope you destroy us and you have a great time. Joe comes out of the bathroom, and we start running, and then it was like, I don't know, we were like about 10, so this is probably 5 miles later. She was like, hey, I'm gonna go ahead a little bit. I'm like, you do it. Go for it. I'm not in this for time.
You think she knew she just had an extra gear to like, hey,
I'm gonna go up the pace? I think she wanted to break 4.5. Something like that. She had a time that she wanted to break.
She was outrageous.
And we were so pretty close. But I wasn't gonna break it because I did not care. I just wanted to finish and have juice left at the end because last time I had nothing, and I'm like,
was that like miserable? Because you did the San Francisco Marathon as a first marathon. That's
and my headphones died with a mile left, and I was cramping. It was miserable.
Oh my god.
And yeah, it wasn't good. So this one I was like, you know what? Even if I have to take it a little easier than average. I'll do it, and I just want to finish and feel good about it. So she says, I'm going to go off, and I'm like, do your thing, Joe. I hope you crush it.
She did.
So like you said, there are gradual hills, and I can see I lost you, and I saw Joe going, and then like we'd come down, and then into a long straight stretch, and there'd be a big uphill, and I could see you. And then like she caught up to you on like a quarter of the way into a big uphill. And I'm like, oh great, like Sandwich and Joe are gonna run together, like that's awesome. I literally am only here to finish, so I really don't care. And then all of a sudden I just see her take off, and I'm like, what the shit?
She fucking dusted us, dude.
So she gone, and now I'm just like watching you, and I'm going at my own pace. And what I was getting at with this was at 3/4 up a steep upgrade, there is this young girl. I mean, this is what, 3 years ago, probably?
Right before the pandemic hit, dude.
So I was like 25. Like, I'm a young cat. She's probably like 22-year-old girl. Close, same age. And she was sitting on the side of the road, like, crying. And we were at like mile 18. I think we caught up to each other at 21. And I just stopped. I don't know. It's just one of those things. I just stopped.
Was she a runner or somebody?
I don't know. And I stopped, and I just had the most motivational thing in my life. And I'm like, hey, you can do it. This is hard, but you can do it. And she's crying, and she looked up at me, and she's like, I can't do it. I said, you can do it. You've gotten this far. Get up. So then she like gets up, and then I just dusted her. I was like, oh, we're not running together, but like I just wanted to give her that boost, like, because you know when you get to a point in being like exhausted, it's all fucking mental. It's all up in the old
majority of that shit's mental. Majority.
So I knew like she was just mental, so I'm like, hey, come on, like gave her the extra push.
You got it.
Who knows if she ever finished, but at least I got her up off her ass.
You did.
And then I left her. So I feel not great about that part.
Let me get. Do you think she finished?
I don't think she finished.
No, she was that distraught.
She was crying.
Yeah.
And there was still 8 miles to go.
You can cry through 8 miles. But
not when you don't have it mentally.
If you don't, that is the X factor.
And I told you, what did I tell you was the fucking breaking point on a marathon?
Mile 22?
Well, not the break, I guess. 18. Where does it get like extremely hard?
Where does it get extremely hard?
18.
18, that's right.
It's like, I don't know, it's weird, but once you hit that point, you've run so far and so long, it's like, I'm done. But in reality, you're only an hour and a half from finishing, so.
No, make sure there's no flights for people.
Oh, absolutely. Check out the hat.
I do like the girl dad hat. People see it.
Shout out Brentley.
Brentley Wiseman got you that?
If you've already made it this far, there's your shout out, bud.
Good man. He makes it. Brentley's a regular.
Pet the cat.
Pet the kitty. She'll warm up to you. She likes it. No, she'll nibble a little bit. Yeah. I think she's a little squeamish at first, but she'll come back the second round. She'll come and love on you. Yeah, she likes it. But Brentley, loyal follower of the tap. An OG slider for sure. He's down for it.
But no ketchup, no mustard, just a dry slider.
Is he a dry guy?
Oh,
you know how he orders his sandwiches?
Dry.
Dry?
I don't know that, but I'm assuming.
Seems like such a dry guy.
Maybe light mayo.
Oh my god. Do you know who would be a tremendous guest on the tap? Spoke to my father about it the other day. Jackie fucking White.
Oh, absolutely.
Just be incredible. Just the life she's lived. What a baller she is now. Just making money hand over fist. Just went to the Vikings Oakland Raiders preseason game. Treated my mom and dad.
How'd they have a good time?
They had a very good time. Good. She raised a good point. I guess she drops F-bombs galore. But hey, it's Jackie. It's Jackie. She do what she wants. No rules. There's no rules except for her own. And she was saying that it's the only place where it's like, yeah, there's not really a home team advantage. Like, yes, there's home crowd, whatever, but if there's anywhere in the United States anybody would kind of go to, it's fucking Vegas.
Yep.
You go and support. So there's as many, possibly more Vikings fans than Raiders fans there.
Yep.
For a preseason game. I'd want to go to the Death Star, though. Place looks dope.
Absolutely. It's super
Have you been? Oh, yeah. You have been.
Rach and I went to the Bengals game.
How was it?
It was super dope. Jackie has like the coolest tailgate spot. She has a paid parking spot.
Of course she does.
And everybody around her does too. So like, she knows all the people around her. Mm-hmm. It's like when we showed up, Brent told us like lot C, I think it was. Go there and like you'll find my mom, whatever. So I found Jackie, and instantly it was like, oh, pulled pork sandwich, fucking tequila, beers, whatever I wanted.
My!
The person, either 1 or 2 parking spots to her right, was the old DJ for the Black Hole in Oakland.
No shit.
Yeah, and he just has his whole DJ setup, popping off music. There's porta potties like 20 feet away, like 20 yards away. This is legit. And it's like they all know each other, so they're like cooking, drinking, feeding each other. I got destroyed, but we went in the game. Oh my god!
How trashed were you come game time? Like, did you pace yourself at all? Or
I was at a solid 7. I made sure I was like drunk, but not
swaying at all, but enough to enjoy.
Enough to like be able to
because then you got to consider how much you got to pee. Like, if you get to that point, or do you not break the seal?
That's where I'm getting. I'm that guy. I pee a lot.
Yeah.
We get to the seats. Jackie's season tickets. Where are they? Aisle seat, first to the right. Ooh, elite.
Jackie is.
So I sat on the aisle. Anytime I had to go pee, just fucking. I didn't have to say excuse me.
No
shit.
Didn't
have to walk by anybody. I didn't. I got up, I went pee, came back, done deal.
Jackie Wiseman's the truth.
The truth, dude. And
my goodness.
The one thing about that game, the Raiders lost.
Yeah.
And on the way out, there were so many Bengals fans there that were like chanting the Bengals fight shit stuff.
Who gives? I guess they were in the Super Bowl.
Well, I got flashbacks to like Oakland, and every time I went to an Oakland game, it was like people getting beat up just for wearing jerseys. And they're chanting.
Was it that bad back in Oakland?
I mean, it wasn't like everywhere you looked there was a fight going on.
You gotta be instigating shit though for a fight to break out. They were. Yeah.
Yeah, they would definitely. Yeah, it got pretty wild. And in Vegas, it's complete opposite. It's almost like exactly what you said. There's no home games for them.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. It's kind of weird, but again, when we went, I think it was Saturday night. We went to a Knights game.
How was the Knights game? I've heard hockey games are the funnest thing.
Home team crowd.
Yeah.
And it's super dope. The theatrics, like on the ice, is like a projector screen.
Yes.
Dude, it's so cool. They have a night like medieval times.
Yeah.
Night that comes out and fights the other mascot on the ice and then like goes up in the stands. It was super dope.
That's sick.
And the people are cool.
I like that. That's cool. I feel like the Knights, because they're originated from Vegas, they're not some import. Like, this is legit. As if Vegas, when you think about it, it's not really a town that has an identity. It's like what's been thrust to. No ice. Except for on the fucking, in the rink. But I've heard hockey games are the funnest thing.
It was super dope.
Did you like it more than the Raiders game over there?
No, because I actually like the Raiders. So
gotcha.
That was cool. I like hockey, but I said, when they first started, I'm going to be a Knights fan.
Yeah.
I probably watched one Knights game on TV.
It's when their playoffs come around, I feel like I'm missing out a little bit. Like, I do have a little FOMO because it's so intense, it's so fast. I kind of describe hockey as a fight or two, or 3 or 4. It's NFL impact with NBA speed, possibly faster, because these guys are just hustling, hauling ass, making millions less than the NBA or the NFL. These guys are just fucking savages. Far too many
few teeth.
Far too many few teeth. God, that's
far
terrible.
Too few.
Far too few teeth. Ooh. Man, could you live your life without your front 2 teeth?
No.
I feel like those are amazing features of yours. Let's get a smile. Look at that.
If I was missing my 2 front teeth, oh my god.
Man, those guys, it's like a badge of honor almost. It's kind of like cauliflower ear for a UFC fighter.
I feel like they're always missing the second to the right.
Something. It's a classic tooth to be missing, that front one.
They just put their tongue through it. I love it.
It makes the lovemaking all the better.
They could squirt beer out of it. What a party trick.
Ooh, I like that.
They could put a straw straight through it without opening their mouth.
To drink out of the Stanley Cup?
Oh, they do weird shit with the Stanley Cup.
What would you say is the most prestigious championship to win?
Most prestigious World Cup.
Ooh. It is the most popular sport in the world.
The World Cup is a different level. Dude, it's coming to the United States in 27 or something like that?
Do you think the world's going to last that long?
Yeah.
Of course it will. Things are going to get better.
So the next one is...
But where at? Where out in the United States?
So it must be... Yeah, it's 27 every 4 years.
I like that. Where in the United States?
It's the Americas. So it's South America and North America and Canada, which I guess is North America, right?
Ugh.
So, all the huge places. So I think there's games in Miami, probably in Texas, somewhere in Texas, Dallas, probably in the fucking Cowboys Stadium.
Fuck yeah.
LA, obviously. There's one of the match locations is San Francisco.
Yeah,
and the Niners.
How much do you think tickets are going to go for?
I would honestly probably $400. I have no idea. I could be way off. I have no idea.
So I went to the.
I'd pay $400 easy. I'd pay $800. I'd pay $1,000 easy.
I'd say if you're about it, and you dedicate yourself to it, and just accept this is going to cost a little bit, but I want the experience, to spend money on experiences. So when I went to a football game, it was a Niners v Vikings, Levi Stadium, and the game had
with Sky and all those guys last year.
It was dope with Dan and Ben and Mo. Mo drove us, getting trashed, getting silly. So Skylar told me in the summer prior, hey, we're gonna go to this game with Dan and Ben. Get your ticket now. I'm like, I don't want to spend $300-$400 for some Levi Stadium nonsense. Well, Skylar and I watched months go by, and Skylar and I watched the Vikings game a week before the Niners game. And the Vikings won in spectacular fashion. They tend to stick sometimes. And it was a big fucking move. I was like, shit, I need to go to this game. I needed to go to this Niners game now. So I leave Sky's place, because that's where I watched the game the week before. And I said, Sky, where's your spots? And he sent me, it's section 113, row C, whatever. So I look it up.
Lucky number 13.
Tickets are $95. It's lower level. I was like, whoa, relatively inexpensive for South Bay prices, right?
Yeah.
And I said, tell me again what your seats are. He said, this section, row this, blah, blah, blah. There's one seat left. Fucking right next to him.
Wow.
Right next to him. I dropped the money. I was like, screw it, let's go. Parking was an extra couple bucks. The whole experience, I would say, cost me $450. Possibly, maybe not. I'd say around there. I can't exactly recall, but definitely over 300. But for that experience, how much fun we had and the memories made with Morgan, Ben, Dan, and Skylar, just being there. We lost, unfortunately, but just being there, bottom level, and just being, I would say, slightly trashed. Just kind of oh my God, Kirk Cousins is literally right here, right in front of us, throwing the ball. How much weirder is football live than watching on TV? It's almost like you can't really believe it. Is this really happening right in front of me?
It's it's weird because you get all the downtime.
Yeah.
That you don't commercials. Get. And they take random breaks, and you're like, why are they taking a break?
What is
this? TV commercials.
It's so fast and so the impacts when you're in person, damn, this is intense. Yeah. I recall that the first NFL game I ever went to, Raiders at the Coliseum, went with old Wardo, our freshman year. And as soon as we get out, I think it was Michael Levis's RV. We step out into the parking lot, and what is that, marijuana? Oh my God, Oakland's so bad, naughty. And then of course I gotta pee halfway through the game. I go into the bathroom, I smell more of the skunk. Oh my God, these
lettuce.
Oaklanders are just rascals. These guys smoking marijuana in public. Don't they know it's against the law, Calvie?
They don't care. No,
no, they don't. But now they don't have a football team anymore.
So that they don't have any. I mean, they have fucking A's, but barely. So that's where So now you've seen football live. It's way different.
Yes.
Think about this for a second. I've always wanted to go to a UFC event.
That'd be pretty cool in Vegas.
But how weird do you think it is? Because there's no commentary in the stadium. It's not like they're commentating over a loud mic.
No, you can't.
They're talking into a mic into the TV. So you would literally be standing there and you hear nothing. It's probably fairly silent with people talking amongst themselves, cheering. So you don't hear any of the he's doing this leg kick, or see, now he's progressing into this position,
right?
Or that was a big right. Like, you hear nothing. It's just the fight.
I'm only assuming, I have zero notion to back this up, but because that's what we're used to, and that's a great point. If it was all quiet, would that be weird? Would it take away? Would it make it better in some ways? I feel like they might have some kind of radio, some earplug, if you wanted to listen to commentary or anything like that they'd have that available for a price. But say you go to an NBA game, like, you're not hearing commentary or anything. Some people, like, you go to a baseball game, those guys got their Walkman in listening to radio broadcasts.
So they do. So next time you watch a UFC fight, look at, like, the first two, like, the row that's ringside. Half of them have beats on. And they have a TV in front of them. And it's all connected to the commentators.
Why do you think all those celebrities, just every time they zoom up on somebody in the first two rows, which is the uber elite, like, do they have to dress up so fucking
goofy? They give the old paw.
The paw. Like, why is it so, like, they have to stand out? Is it do celebrities have to extra bracelets, necklaces, goofy ass clothing?
I mean, when you can't get off to regular stuff, you just push the boundaries.
I understand exactly what you're saying. That was really good, metaphorical, thoughtful. Say you're one of those uber elite. Would you be a first row guy or second row guy?
First row guy with one beat on, or one side of the beat.
One side beat on. And when the camera zooms up on you for, what are you famous for? Just
shoving walnuts up a bitch's
ass. Oh my God, you're shoving walnuts up people's ass. Like, you're America's executioner.
Yeah.
If ever. Like, if people, I think come the upcoming years, people want to commit suicide, it'll be legal and they can hire people to do it in spectacular fashion. You'd be the guy. You're the guy. You shove walnuts up people's asses. And you'll also help engineer a way to create almonds that use less water, perhaps.
Oh.
Something like that. It's a Mariani engineering.
All use that.
Shout out. But so the camera zooms up on you, executioner Calvie, and what's your, like, it's zooming up on you. What are you going to do to the camera? You doing two fists? You doing a little this, drink? You got a shoe? What are you doing?
So first, I'm wearing, like, the good old Assassin's Creed hood. That's kind of, a little bit over.
Are you always in character, or wherever you go, are you gonna be that celebrity?
I have to live that character. Oh. So I'm a little hidden, like almost just enough,
Yeah.
And then I'm also wearing a gold chain similar to Flava Flav's.
Big time.
That has a clock on it to signify your time is running out. When I'm in the presence, you're on my time, and time is not promised.
No, it's not.
And then it zooms up on me, and I give it a good old with a wink to let him know this is consensual.
Seems like you're like an executioner, but also someone can have a beer with.
Yeah, like if you want to pull back last minute, we'll just drink to it. I'm still getting paid my fee.
Do you think
for sure?
Would you charge extra for that? Like, if someone the condemned, would you have a beer with them beforehand? Just talk about life a little bit. Be like, yo.
No, we're strictly business.
It's business.
But if we get there, they're having second doubts. I'll wait a little bit. I'll give them a little time to think it over.
Are they willingly look at her going underneath? No. Are they willingly coming to get executed, or is this like you have a contract with the U.S. government? Good catch. Look at those reflexes.
This is strictly contractual business.
But if
I get there and they want to back out, then I'm still getting paid my fee. We'll hang out. We'll have some fun.
I got you. In case you're not feeling like dying in a horrible, painful way.
I'm always down to.
Look at her go. Let's get out of here, little kit.
Look at me.
Look at you.
Look at us.
Look at us. This sounds like I feel like this is going to be in our lifetime of just custom executions.
Euthanasia for sure.
Yeah.
Customized.
I mean, your specialty's walnuts up the ass. Like, it's going to be a miserable experience. But think of it as a way. I feel like you're going to be
these are people that hate themselves, so.
They might hate themselves, but what if it's something that
giving them pleasure?
They love their family, so instead of getting life insurance, what if this is also a fundraising and how miserable they die? Because people are just sick, degenerate freak shows. The way they die, like, you're going to get paid your money, but generating money for their suffering, streaming it. It's a pay-per-view. Their family's going to get some. So if you do business with you, their family's going to make a hefty sum of money, possibly more than what a life insurance policy could pay out.
But then they didn't read the fine print.
What's the fine print say?
100% of the profit goes to me.
How much you charge?
And then that makes the rest of the family want to kill themselves, and then it's just like triple the money on me.
Oh my God. What are your rates looking like these days?
Hefty.
Yeah?
Hefty.
Talking
hefty.
What's 20,000 getting me? Is it more than 20,000?
20,000?
Yeah.
That'll get you death.
Is it? Are there customizable options? Like, what's your base rate? What's the lowest rate you do? Like
lowest rate?
Yeah.
12.5.
Yeah.
That's like.
And what are you doing?
I'm showing up. We're not talking. There's no backing out of that one.
Just a pitchfork to the face. Like, you were wasting my time.
Oh no, I'm bringing crushed walnuts.
Oh, you're still gonna give them the honor?
I'm strictly a walnut guy.
So there's no custom ways they're done.
Sure,
it's
they can
walnuts.
have a crush. They can have them cracked.
Well, what is say?
I can crack them in them.
50,000. What does that get you?
50,000?
Yeah.
I'll do gold plated.
Gold plated walnuts.
Yeah, like a chef. You know.
Are you gonna have like tiers to your like execution style?
Sure. I mean, whatever the people want, they're gonna get.
Yeah.
If they got money and they want to feel special,
say I want you to kill them and like say someone comes up to you, here's $70K. I don't want walnuts, but I want something special, like something. Are you gonna be a guillotine guy? Torture, like electrocution or waterboarding, like really draw it out. Are you gonna get weird?
Electrocuting or waterboarding kind of guy.
No.
More of like brute force.
You're pure. Either way, something's going up the butt, right?
Oh, always. Always. It's kind of my forte.
I don't like the rotation of the fan right here. I think it's giving too much to the left, not enough on us. There we go. Well, very good. Well, damn, some fine stuff we're getting into here. However, I did have some things I wrote down.
Okay.
Some preguntas, as the Spanish would say.
Ooh, you're gonna like where I'm
with
going.
An upside down question mark in front of the sentence, and then a right side up one
love
afterwards. I love it too.
Squigglies.
So I go to the library to do my work. There's air conditioning. Miss Campbell's there. I guess she's now Mrs. Rodriguez. There's great people there, computers, Wi-Fi, air conditioning, the works. And I go in there to write my articles for the Windows Express and or Davis Enterprise. And come lunchtime, and even today, there are some, I'll be politically correct here, douchebag fucking kids that come in just zero respect and are just loud, obnoxious, and I feel like I get progressively dumber just being in their presence. I hate the words they say. There's it's winters, little Mexicans, little white kids, and they're dropping N-bombs. They're just going touching books, like leaving trash on the ground, moving the furniture, just all sorts of just nonsense and literally no respect for their surroundings or anybody else around them. You are the head varsity baseball coach for the Winters Warriors. Not saying I recognize any of the kids from the team or anything like that, but we're dealing with this generation of, I mean, I know we weren't gems when we were in high school. I'm sure we were silly and rambunctious, but like, how do you deal with this level of douchebaggery and just this new generation? I want to have empathy, but I felt like even in my like silliest of times, I still had respect. I wasn't gonna like damage the stuff around me. Might have been a little loud or a class clown, but the level that they're doing, it was just so like just infuriating. I wanted to pull off my headphones and just scream at them. Yeah. How are you putting up with this? How are you dealing with these young men?
I feel like there's kind of two fronts to that question. So there's the baseball side, where
true, two fronts.
And this is no credit to me. This is all credit to Jeffy.
Yep.
They don't at varsity baseball. They don't fuck around.
Mm-hmm.
It's never been a thing. JV, sure. When Ward was my JV coach, we were degenerates. But you just knew, like, once you made that transition, you didn't cross the line. Like, there was no shenanigans going on, really, at varsity that were
I don't recognize
disruptive.
any of your baseball players, I don't recognize any of the baseball players, but there's definitely...
But, so that's, like, the first side of the coin. So, baseball, I don't have to deal with it because those boundaries have already been set, and I'm more of a player's coach, whereas Jeff was more of a program coach, if you will. Like, he was all about winners baseball, which I am. I'm not saying I'm not, but I'm more of a...
Would you say a culture coach?
There you go.
Yeah.
That's good. Whereas I'm young. Like, I like to make those connections and be within boundaries friends, but also, like...
Absolutely.
We'll just fucking run all practice if you guys want to be, like, not paying attention and, like, screwing off.
But it's like you said before, like, there's that line.
Yes.
There's that line.
And it's been set, which is what I was saying, like, Jeff did a great job of saying that. Everybody knows that. The past baseball players know that. The upcoming ones know that. I will uphold that line. Like, so baseball, I never have to deal with that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. But just being young in this community... And knowing baseball players, I know other kids who will come up and talk to me, and they're just douchebags. My approach is, I just tell them they're being douchebags. I'm very forward about it. Like, hey, this isn't, like, that's not fucking cool. Why are you doing that? Mm-hmm. And, I mean, there's really no other way to extinguish your frustration other than you just have to say something. But they're also... That's the front, right? We're bad boys.
You think they're really like that? Like, they're really these scum kids? I'm like, are you guys really like this?
They're all soft. But they're doing that kind of stuff because it gets laughs out of their friends and social media. They see all this weird shit. But I promise you, the second you saw them flipping a book, you're like, hey, dude, that's not cool. Like, put the book. Who do you think's picking that book up? Yeah. They will literally stop and be like, oh.
From a random guy who's just typing away in the library, like, I'd be like, what the fuck's going on with you guys? Like, the kids I heard today, they're fucking around. They come and sit kind of by the table I'm at, and then when he's like, goes to sit, hey, don't sit there. No, he sits there. No, he sit there. I'm just like, so when I heard that, I don't know if they're fucking with the kid or whatever, but I was like, okay, there's something there. There's some version of respect to at least say, I assume they're talking about Noah Liqua, that... So, okay, there's some sense of right and wrong or whatever. It's just so hard to me to, like, hear the words they say and just... I get an aura of just disrespect and not giving an F and just all that's wrong with the world. So they left, and later on, this other kid had to have been foreign exchange student, maybe from South America or something like that. He just sat down and started reading a book, and, like, the aura I got, I was like, this kid has respect. Like, he's not kicking things around. He's not doing anything ridiculous. And I thanked him, like, as he left, because this one lady was sitting near us and she, like, lost her shit. Just one of those 2022 Karen moments, like yelling and screaming out of because the librarian asked her to leave. She had her phone on speakerphone talking in the library. Get the hell out of here.
Yeah, that's inexcusable.
No, the kid was sitting there. He's like, no, because she was saying, well, this guy, like, I was talking on the phone. I should have gone out of the building, but it wasn't on speakerphone. I was trying to speak in a low voice. But the kid was like, stood up for me, and this lady was just...
Oh, the world's so she was trying to dog you.
Trying to dog me a little bit, and I talked to the librarian afterwards, like, yo, I did, but, like, talk on the phone. I was trying to keep it low, but this lady was causing a stink, causing a fuss. She was fat, ugly, and just an unpleasant shit.
She said, do you know what I do for this community?
I don't know what she does to this. I didn't say that. I was trying to talk to her because she was being nice to this kid earlier who was around those douchebag kids that came in, and she told this kid... this kind of more meek and mild-mannered kid, like, hey, just be your own person. Don't worry about what these kids say. So I'm like, okay, this lady's got whatever. But when I tried to talk to her, I was like, hey, like, I get the impression you're a good person. I was trying to level with her and de-escalate a little bit. She's like, I don't care what you think about me. Fuck yeah. Just going off like, all right, you unpleasant hag, get the fuck out of here. And I felt like such a flurry, like a little adrenaline, a little heat, like hot-headed. Just, I can see how humans can just... feed off each other's emotion. I hated what I was feeling from her. She was
Did you clap as she was leaving?
Nah, she's not worth it. It's like, this is a woman who she's gone through. She's probably been a victim in her entire life. Morbidly obese, like has skin just dirtiness, just ugly, just really unpleasant. I don't know what got her to that point, but you got to sit back and think this used to be a little girl at one point. What has happened to her to have gotten her to this part? And in the moment, I don't.
Through the fucking...
I try to remind myself that, like,
ringer.
Probably like half an hour after the fact. I try to ground myself. These are humans. What the fuck is making her act like this? Because I say and do things that are just the things I've said in the car to people, like out of nowhere, say like they don't go when they should or whatever. I've said some unforgivable things.
But you're not a public nuisance like that.
No, I try not to be.
Public nuisances are inexcusable.
That's
a woman who needs a cup of walnuts.
She needs a cup. I bet she'd invite it.
And a couple,
mouth.
Because she's fat.
I think very, very chubby. Doesn't deserve the candied walnuts that we had earlier. You brought me buckhorn dinner.
She needs raw ones that actually have beneficial
I would say
nutrients.
She could handle, if I'm being completely honest, at least 150 walnuts up that.
Oh, no. You have an unrealistic.
Big. I am being
unrealistic expectations.
No, I'm being very realistic.
150 walnuts?
Because her colon...
A walnut's this big.
I get... Yeah.
You think they're going too wide in there?
I'm thinking they're going wide. This is a big woman. I'm saying over 300, and that colon can handle quite a bit. Going in, it's gone in one end, it's come out the other. It knows what it can handle. I'm thinking this lady and her spite and anger and meanness. I think you could absolutely fit it in there, because she would start pissing you off, and you'd make 150 happen. Oh, I know you'd be able to. You'd be like, whatever. And then, even with your business, people take bets. How many walnuts?
Oh, over under.
Over under. And then, even more money. Auction the walnuts off. People will buy those walnuts. Yeah.
Shit.
Some Calvie walnuts. They would absolutely pay top dollar for the walnuts that killed these people.
See this?
Yo, what's that?
I gotta pee.
Oh, please go for it. I'm gonna make sure everything's still recording. Go in the master bedroom. Oh, I'm sorry. Go for it. Just because that one, I'm not sure if it flushes anymore. Thank you, Dad. Meow, 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 meow. Come back on. Would you like another bevy of any? Yeah. Got more bevies, and I'll do this.
Cheerio.
We do that. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna go neat with it. Or is it nice?
Neat.
Neat with no ice.
Ooh. I think neat is no ice.
No ice.
I don't think so, actually.
All right. Here's a question for you while I whet my whistle. If you had your own whiskey, what would it be called, and what would the bottle and kind of marketing gimmick kind of be?
It would have to be something like the name would be Calvie Collective, There'd be different editions.
I like Collective. Something different where it's you'll have your baseline, but
Specialized, we only make 10 barrels of each edition.
Oh, so you're not going to be like a Jack Daniels. Everybody has it. It's going to be, no. You got to be in the know.
Small batch.
Small batch.
So then it becomes worth more.
What's the alcohol percentage?
High.
69%?
0.69.
0.69. Absolutely.
Let's get it very exact. I wouldn't do a wide, thin bottle like that. I would do more of a Jack Daniels type of square bottle.
Square bottle, stout.
Maybe rounded.
I really I like a roundedness. I do enjoy. So here, this segues in my next question for you. I really enjoy the Maker's Mark, the wax on every bottle. It's different for everyone. Are you gonna have any features? It's you want to collect more bottles, or is there gonna be a little figurine on top, or different your signature on it? Do you have anything unique or custom that makes every bottle different?
I would go different labels, and figurine on top. That's
figurine?
A huge draw.
What kind of figurine are you gonna have?
Oh.
Whatever your interest.
Depends on the time of year.
Ooh. Something brass, something
Towards
nice.
the end of the year, we'll get a turkey on top for Thanksgiving.
I like that. And
a reindeer on top for December.
What kind of graphics we talking here? Is it going to be kind of picturesque or abstract?
Matte.
Ooh.
Matte, clean.
I like that. I like that.
Some cursive. But then you got to highlight the batch.
Yeah?
It has to be the main.
How is it highlighted? So
the one would be the main backdrop, and everything else would happen around it.
Any kind of messiness on there? Or is it all are you looking smooth, clean, precise?
Clean.
Sophistication.
Clean, probably, a light gray and blue, navy blue.
Ooh. Oh, very Yankees-esque. Yeah, maybe have a little New York water in there. Would you have any kind of Yankee ties to it?
Will be pinstripe with a nice Derek Jeter 2.
That'd be pretty cool. What if he endorsed it?
And then the 3 Babe Ruth. Oh, maybe we go holy fucking Yankees thing.
That'd be pretty cool. It was I wouldn't be able to drink it, but
You drink it.
I would totally drink it. If you invite me to your distillery, do a podcast there.
The March one would have a walnut on top of it, not a shamrock.
So you have a different flavor for every month of the year, or just seasons?
Same recipe, but it changes minutely.
Fall, spring, summer, winter. Yeah. How much does one of these go for? If you have to ask.
110.
110. I like that. I feel like to get out of retailer, I don't know. Where is one getting this Calvie Collective?
Oh, Bevmo.
Bevmo? Somewhere nice.
Small
so people
batch,
get it.
Though, so it has to be local Bevmo. Like only Vacaville.
I feel like your stuff will go out kind of like, you know how there's Pliny the Elder at Russian River Brewery and people line up around the corner? Like, I don't know. That's so mainstream, whatever. But I feel like people be lining up or just clawing, somehow trying to acquire a bottle.
Half on site and then you half retail.
Mm-hmm.
And you charge up for the retail.
I feel like how prestigious these bottles will be. I feel like the bottles themselves, because there's so few made, you could spend a lot more on the design of the bottle.
But you can get one on site for $90.
90?
But if you go by retail, it's what'd I say, 110?
Are you going to have kind of lesser liquors? Something to... No? It's only... No. You're not going to take
your wet your whistle. It's one option. It's not like you're coming in and, I want the... Nope. You get what you get and you don't throw a fit.
Can we put it in...
one big square ice cube in it. That's
one big one.
That's it.
The angle's going to be perfect, though?
Oh, square.
So when you get a bottle, are you going to have like that? Are there going to be like, are you going to get a glass or two with it? Maybe like a little parchment or like some kind of marketing scheme? Just here's your bottle.
Maybe a walnut to take home.
There you go. I like that. With a drip of blood from every victim in each one. All right, so we solved the douchebaggery problem.
I just said you got to be direct with them. That's it.
Be direct. Tell them they're being assholes.
Otherwise, you're just going to feel bad about yourself.
And
you're going to think about it.
Oh, I'd be thinking about things.
You either say and act or you sit and think.
I hate thinking, but it's like when there's 20, like I would say about 15 of these kids sitting there, just every single one of them acting a fool. If I'd be like, hey, horrible.
But you got to balance it a little bit.
Oh, my God.
You gotta be cool with it. Like, hey, chill out, bro. You're fucking freaking out right now. Just chill out.
They're not so much
chill out, I think.
It's not so much they're freaking out. It's just they're rude, obnoxious little turds.
Yeah, well, maybe you gotta kill them.
I don't know. I would never say the gun thing. That's just egregious. But it's just that is I'm just so infuriated. I want you guys to change. Like, why can't you fucking be good? Why can't you be respectful? I would like to see that more than whatever surface level, vain, TikTok loving bullshit you guys are displaying me right now. You guys are better than this. You're from Winters, for crying out loud.
Yeah.
Anyways, head varsity coach, sitting on my L couch. I am sectional. Yes, it is. A little sectional right here, baby. I would like to know. There's things I want to know. You gotta tell me, buddy.
Hit me.
Did you think starting as a JV coach last year, were you head coach or assistant to Manny?
I did not have the head coach title, but I was the head coach.
I got you. So starting out as a JV coach, hand in hand with Manny. Did you think starting as a JV coach that you would be coaching in the section championship as a head coach for the varsity team?
That was so far outside the realm of imagination that you couldn't even. I did not at all.
Dude, if someone told you that as you're starting, like, hey, Calvie, by the way, you're going to be varsity coach. Not only are you going to be varsity coach at the end of this baseball season, but you're going to lead this team to the section championship.
No, and to take it a step further, so this isn't last year, but the year before, 2 years ago, I was coaching juniors. Little League.
That's semi-big league. I've had
a glorious rise to...
It's been fast.
Stardom.
Like Alexander the Great.
And no, I would never believe that. But whenever I think about, like... As much as saying, oh, when you're a JV coach, could you imagine yourself this year coaching this section championship? That was, like... so far outside the realm of possibility that I didn't believe it. But if you would have said to me, you're going to be varsity coach, and in a playoff game, you will call a successful dirty.
Oh!
I would have like that to me.
Oh,
maybe if we would have won the section championship, sure, that would have been like
that's too much.
That would have blown anything out of the water. But because we lost, the thing that takes the cake, that like, if I'm having a bad day and I just need something to think your boy
Sucio
fucking took off. Bradley Case, I gotta take off. Called dirty out of my ass, and it actually worked. That was like, if you would have told me that, I would have shoved a walnut up your ass. Like,
absolutely,
no
Big
way.
One.
But that was reality. Like it's crazy how life.
Oh my God! For people that don't know, describe what dirty is. This play that is dirty, a defensive maneuver by the Winters Warriors. I guess all the 1,000 people listening from the BVL are gonna spread the word.
Yeah,
Let them know.
It's already out. I mean, we hit fucking U-Prep with it, so in the second round of playoffs, so they know.
This is a big time situation too. So describe the situation, because I recall I was filming this shit for the Winters Express.
The best video. I have the video from 3 different angles.
No shit.
Rudy Baylor has the game changer, so it's the phone that's mounted on the backstop.
Yeah, that's great. That's great.
Then Matt Moore, who was on first, the first baseman, his dad was over by the stands that are by the home dugout, right there by first base.
Yep.
Has a video, and then you have a video.
Yeah.
It's not even close. The best video is you, 'cause as soon as you guys heard me verbalize it.
Skylar and Keith have no fucking clue. They're not baseball players, but I heard you say dirty. I was like,
you heard me. So to explain to everybody, most people that listen to this already know this.
Absolutely, they do.
It's a big moment in the game, and seemingly momentum is swifting into your opponent's hand. So you can't really get a grasp on the situation because shit's going array. It's like there's hits, there's errors.
They had a guy on second with, 1 out? 0 outs?
So what happened was there was a guy on there's no outs. Now I have to think back to the exact situation. I think there was no outs, and the guy got on second through like a misplayed ball or something.
Yeah.
And it was a tight game. It was only 2-0. So that was an important run. And it was like the 5th inning or the 6th inning, so it's getting late in the game. They're starting to get some momentum. We're mounting a comeback. That's when you do dirty, because they're all focused on scoring that run. So they're aggressive. They just had an exciting play. They're on cloud 9. Now, that is prime.
They're hard.
The more prime situation is it happens to a young player, like an underclassman. Because then they're like, like they just had this big moment. They're all hyped up. We're fucking
ready for it, baby.
And then,
alas, you scoundrels, that's the end of part 1 out of a 3-part Calvert Tap episode extravaganza. It's fantastic, it's moist, it's meaty, and it's coming at you next week, baby, so stay tuned. But until then,
you lose. Good day, sir.